Many people are diagnosed with life-changing diseases like cancer, AIDS, diabetes, and Parkinson's every day. But it doesn't have to be this way, because we have something called stem cells. At least they're still in research, and it involves taking an embryo, or a clump of cells, and letting it develop in a lab for a period of time until it's developed to a certain point and has developed stem cells. And then at the point where it has its stem cells, the stem cells are extracted from the embryo and kept separately, and the embryo is discarded. So, what are these stem cells good for? Well, they can help innocent people. So, it's time we find out what they can do. This topic is very relevant with the times, especially right now, after the earthquake in Japan, because the radiation seeping out from the plants that melted down could increase the risk of cancer in our Japanese friends over there. So, there's no other time than now to find a cure. We need to help them. So, stem cell research should be funded by the government, the federal government, because they have immense disease-curing potential, and they're accepted already, as in the ban has been lifted, and they can end, or at least quell, the suffering of many families that have to watch their loved ones every day be sick. Stem cells are full of disease-curing potential, and it's important that we take every measure possible to find a cure for the disease I mentioned. It will be up to our generation to find a cure if the generations before us do not, which, to be honest, isn't not looking great. You know, the clock is ticking. You know, what are we going to do if we don't have a direct avenue of the way we want to approach this? So, the major diseases that stem cells can cure are AIDS, which is very big in Africa, cancer, which is big everywhere. It's basically #1 main talked about disease in the world. Parkinson's disease, which the celebrity Michael J. Fox has, and diabetes. So I really had no idea about any of this. You know, I was thinking, why is this important to me? And I looked it up, and I found out that 1,500 people a day die from cancer alone in the United States, and 3,400 are diagnosed every day. I found this to be heartbreaking. Well, it doesn't have to be heartbreaking or devastating anymore, because we can grow stem cells to replace the cancerous organs, or say diabetes. If someone were to have diabetes, like George here, George has diabetes, and we need to cure him, and we've researched stem cells, and we know what to do. We can grow him a new pancreas by cloning a few of his skin cells, and we let the embryo develop in the lab, let the pancreas grow from the stem cells, and transplant George's pancreas, and give him a new pancreas, and cure him, and possibly save his life. With the potential of these stem cells, how could you refuse them? Next, stem cells have been recognized politically by Obama and the Democratic Party. They lifted the ban on federal funding for stem cells, which means that they are listening. They know that stem cells have the potential to do good and make the world a better place. And it's time for us to push and let them know that we want them to put money into this research program. Some people say the miracle of life is being taken from the embryos that are being discarded after stem cells are taken out of them. But I strongly disagree. I say that the miracle of life is being taken away from the people with these diseases. We know the benefits, and it's time to act on them. So, do you need an organ? organ waiting lists will decrease because we can basically grow our own organ. You know, you don't need to die while hoping someone will donate, say, a liver to save you, when you could just take a skin cell, or a couple, clone it, make an embryo, get your organ, and transplant it. So these waiting lists will completely go down. Same with black market organ trafficking, all those businesses, and it'll help out. Next, the stem cells will lower the amount of emotional pain and physical pain on the disease and the diseased families. My dad was a cancer patient, and he said he didn't wish it on anyone. And he was right in saying that, but he didn't have to if we had stem cells and we could cure him. Anyone would be devastated.